Hello, good evening, everybody. So we are back for a live stream event here, and this stream here is going to be 100% for charity. If you guys have not already heard, we are going to be putting together a stream where you guys invite me to play Tour 4 matches, and all the proceeds generated during this stream are going to go 100% to charity. And I will just basically await your guys' game invites. You can see kind of how I have my bag set up. All you guys have to do is invite me for a Tour 4 game, which I will accept. And we will get underway as soon as people arrive here to play. And I'm just going to, I might switch my bag out a couple times, just kind of mess around with some things. I got Rapier on. I never play with Rapier. I got Thorn on. We're going to go with Thorn. A little bit of extra distance. 11 people so far. See if we can't get this thing underway. Thank you for everybody for showing up for this main event here for the next 90 minutes or so. We're going to do the best that we can to get in some Tour 4 games where you guys invite me to play, and I will accept your request for one game. So try to, be respectful of that. We're going to try to get as many people as we can in here. So, hey guys, thanks for showing up. Appreciate seeing the comments come in here. Hey guys. Hello, Mike, Andrew, Call of Duty. Let's see if we can't get a game invite here. So anybody that wants to send me a Tour 4 game request, I will use basic ball. You guys can use whatever you want. Hey, Steve, how's it going? So we can get this underway as soon as somebody sends me a game invite. I will accept you guys. Tour 4 matches. Keep in mind, we're going to do Tour 4. So please accept me for Tour 4 games, and we will get underway. Hey guys, thanks for showing up. Appreciate you guys being here. This is also, you can see some of the admins that are here. We have Steve Taylor and Kevin Warren. These guys are going to be kind of, helping to, monitor comments. And also Steve Taylor is going to keep track of all the winners. So if you guys beat me, you are eligible to, hey, Jeff, if you guys win, you guys are eligible for a $10 gift card. All you have to do is reach out to Steve Taylor, and whether you're Apple or Android, we'll get you guys a gift card. So good luck to all the participants. Jeff Shepard here is going to be basically listing off donations as they come in. So in case you guys didn't know, we're going to be raising this entirely for charity. And Jeff Shepard, he's a new mod at Learn or Burn, the Facebook page, and he's going to read off. And Jeff also, if you wouldn't mind putting the PayPal link down below there so everybody knows where to go to donate. Let's see what this looks like. We'll just lay up here. So what I usually try to do here, what I've been doing for the most part in Tour 9, I haven't played much Tour 4, as you can see. First ball into the rough, drove through the fairway, just trying to gauge the fairway a little bit, and drove right through it. There is a PayPal link for you guys. Jeff Shepard is going to be the one providing you guys that. He is a new mod in Learn or Burn, the Facebook group that we got started. So, be on the lookout for all the information to be provided for you guys in the comments of this thread. I'm going to do the best that I can to focus on playing, and we're going to have Steve Taylor here basically keeping track of guys who win. And Jeff Shepard's going to do the best that he can to provide you guys with the donation links. So whenever you guys see that come through in the chat, you can follow that link, and that's how you will donate during this stream. So let's see here. Kind of left it in kind of a tough spot here. I'm going to try to do it with some curl, because landing on the fairway there isn't going to do me any good. But I hit a great ball, so it's probably going to hang out to the right there. So hopefully Vince can maybe put this in. Very first hole. Yeah, thanks to everybody who's donated so far. And Jeff is going to, basically, as donations roll in, he is going to be basically keeping you updated with the status of the donations, and do the best that we can to keep up with everything for you guys. Thanks, Alexander. Appreciate you guys being here. Of course, remember that anybody who is able to take me down, you guys can play with whatever ball you want. You don't have to use basic ball. Use any clubs you want. Use any ball you want. If you guys win via shootout or live, you're eligible to win a $10 card. The code for an iTunes or Google Play card. So good luck to everybody who tries to participate today. And if you guys aren't aware, we are going to also be doing this tomorrow as well. Thank you, Michael, for your donation, $100. Definitely putting it to good use. So anybody that, Alan as well, $10, every dollar counts. So you guys don't have to feel obligated to, just basically send what you can. Obviously the more the merrier, but at the same time, if everybody puts forward, $2, $3, it's still all going to good use. 100% of the money raised is going to go to Hawaii Relief. So every guys that you got donate is, entirely for the community and the people of Hawaii. So look forward to seeing that dead ball on tour 4 here, Ian. Can't wait to see that one. So the way I've been doing this is either with a hop shot or a rough rollout here. I'm going to try to see if I can't do a little rough bump here. Might as well. The way that I've been trying to go about doing this has been maybe about 30% extra wind. So if I play this like maybe a 3.5 wind, that would be at least 3 rings, kind of somewhere in here. And just try to be as precise as possible on this hole. But there's severe overplay that needs to be done. As you can see, it's still coming in a little bit hot, and that's going to shoot off the green anyway. One of the biggest reasons that I don't like that approach, because it is a little inconsistent. And right off the bat here, we have our first winner. So Vince, feel free, if you reach out to Steve Taylor, he will be providing you with a gift card of your choice. So congratulations to the first match in the books here. And we are going to get started here with match number 2. If we play, if I start up a game like this and you guys are following along in chat, you're able to send me, there's one person right now who can send me a request, and I can put them in my K to play after this game. So feel free to send that request, and as it comes in and I see it, I'll basically accept it, and you will be waiting on deck. So if you basically just sit there. Oh, thank you, Sean, for your donation, as well as Patrick there. And there you see me running it through the rough, just kind of going for the home run hero shot here. But thank you, Sean and Patrick, for your donations. Much appreciative. And same to you, Jason. Appreciate the donation. And thank you all for coming out as well. Should be a lot of fun here. We're going to try to do what we can to, put together a solid stream for you guys, and also a good event that everybody can be a part of that is, for a great cause. So, feel free to donate, but of course, you guys aren't obligated to. But, as I mentioned, even, $2-3 donation is going to go a long way if everybody was to do that. It's going to be, a very good turnout. So, Jagdish, thank you for your donation. Really appreciate it. Let's see if I can't get this back in play over here. One of the things that I try to do if I ever make a mistake, just try to eliminate your mistake. You don't need to overdo things. You could just put it back in play and just kind of go for the hole out from there. So it's really not, essential that, if you're going to make mistakes, that you, just don't try to compound your mistakes. But thank you, Jonas. Appreciate the donation. Another $20 to the charity. So far we're off to a great start. Appreciate everybody showing up. And everybody who's donated so far, thank you so much. And if you guys haven't noticed, these trees that you see are now in play. So you do have to watch out. As you see, Lonnie here just missing that tree. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate you coming out. And as you can see here, here's Min Club. Kind of what I mentioned about just limiting your mistakes. Thank you, Ian, for your donation. Really appreciate it. Hopefully we get to play as well. So I'm pretty sure I still don't have a request. So if somebody wants to send me one, I do not have anybody on deck after this game. For all that you guys that don't know, Min Club here is roughly 4.0 per ring on a Thor. And the way that I like to do it is about 3.5 backspin, somewhere in there. And basically, if you can focus on perfect ball, you can make a lot of pitches, especially with precise ring adjustments. So as you can see, I was able to roll that in. And, something to think about for your guys' tournament. Thank you, Jack, for your contribution here, $5. Definitely going to help. Appreciate every donation that we get. Nothing's too small, nothing's too large. So, the more the merrier. Well, I'll be looking for you, Ian, so let me know if you're able to put the kids to sleep and join for a game. A little bit tougher with basic ball. I'm going to try my best to, you can see this, even the landing zone that I'm kind of messing around with here can be a little hit or miss here. What I usually do, my B-52, I play about one per ring, a little bit less. Great ball. It's going to cost me, but one of the things that's good about having an accurate iron, as you can see, I great ball it and I'm still 0.8. So it just, it's really nice to have an accurate club. Backbone's the next best. So far we have $516. That's awesome, guys. Thank you. I appreciate everybody that's donated so far. We have shouted out your name in chat, and I've done the best that I can to keep up with all your donations as well. So thank you for your donations. And we're going to do the best that we can to keep it rolling throughout the event. And this is part 1 of part 2. So if you guys have to temporarily leave, or if you're watching this on a replay, we're going to have a part 2 tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So right now we're on daylight savings, as you guys know, and tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time we will be kicking off part 2. So we're going to do the best that we can to get as many people in. So only send me one game at a time, guys. And here we're going to go with Patrick Conway here, another one of my close competitors that I play with from time to time. Great player. So you guys should be in for a treat on this one. We should be able to put together a pretty nice video for you guys on this one, hopefully. But if you guys want to send me a game request, there's currently nobody in my K. And if you guys send me a request, just hang tight. Don't leave the app. Send me a request. I'll say after this game. And if you wait, and if you're following along the stream and don't close the app or anything, then you will be next to play. So what I try to do on this one is basically, I aim for pretty center in the fairway and just try to use my curl more than anything. Just kind of set it up for a pitch. Yeah, if you guys haven't added me yet, feel free to mention that you want to play, and I'll do the best that I can to actually add you. I have not pulled up this chat or Facebook on another device, but I would do that now for you guys if you guys are looking to message me for a game and you're not in, if you're not currently on my friends list. The only way you're going to be able to add me is by friending me. So make sure that, we're Facebook friends and request a game. I am still currently waiting for a match, so as soon as we can. Let's see what this says. See if I can get on. So here we are towards max. It's going to be hard to not go for the dunk. I'm just going to go for the dunk. So you usually typically have to do a little bit of an overplay. I am towards the max here, 1.8-ish per ring. But I'm going to do a little bit of an overplay, maybe shoot for 3.5 rings here, because it is going to carry a little bit farther downwind. So you are going to see me do just a little bit more here. But let's see if I can't hone in on this one. Just a tiny bit short. So I have not mapped these holes that well to where I know everything in and out yet, as you can see. Yeah, thanks for showing up at work, Jason. Appreciate it. Nothing like kind to up, almost got a game there. Oh, jeez. All right, so Mark is sending me a game invite here, and I'm going to accept that. If you guys have seen my guides, what I've been doing on this one is I've been doing, of course, we get a super high wind here. So let's see what I can do here. Hey Joe, how's it going? Thanks for showing up. Appreciate everybody that's been here. Let's see if I can try to get this shot with my basic ball on. I usually do a little bit of an overplay here. I might try to go a little bit beyond 7 rings. You're going to see me do this in kind of one motion. That's about 8 rings. If you guys are following along, I'll try to barely curl it because it is, I wasn't going for that great ball, but I don't think it's going to necessarily hurt me. I'm just trying to predict how much it's going to curl in. And not too bad overall. So hopefully Patrick can get some magic here. Maybe we can see our first ace. And if you guys, need to match me, and we're not currently friends yet, I am loading in Facebook now. Feel free to keep the chat updated. There's nobody specifically that I've heard about that is not currently my friend trying to play, but if you are, feel free to reach out in chat, and I'll do the best that I can to get you guys in. Next up, we should have Mark coming up. And there he is. Sure enough. And as I mentioned, as I accept another game like this, feel free to send me another one. And I'll do the best that I can to keep up with you guys and accept your games. There's Michael coming in. I accepted. So there's a bunch of friends requests that I see in my cave from the last 15 minutes. I'm adding these guys. Jonas, I just got you. So you're currently on my friends list. You can probably close the app, reopen it, and should be good to go. Right now, Michael's in my K, so you guys might not be able to send me anything. What I usually do here is a little bit of a curl shot, so you're actually going to see me play out towards the middle here. And I like to curl it back towards the center. Hopefully I pull back enough. We'll see. Looks like I did. I usually try to play that about, at least 1 per ring. So, if it's a 6.6 wind, I'm trying to visualize, at least 8 rings, just to be on a little bit of the safe side. You can play any club you want, Luke. Any ball, any club. I'm going to be playing basic ball and whatever bag that I set up. I might leave and hey Todd, thanks for showing up. I might leave and switch my bag out if I don't have a game. But aside from that, hey Juan, thanks for showing up. Appreciate you being here. Juan's another streamer, if you guys haven't checked out his content. Juan Golf Clash is his gamer tag there. What I usually try to do here is try to get it up close to the bunker. Hopefully without going in it. This hole almost exclusively is the reason that I have thorn on. 3 yards can make all the difference with basic ball. Now, if I was to have a Titan, for example, I'd probably be in the clear, but those 3 yards can come in very handy. As you'll see, I'll be very close towards max on this shot you're probably going to see me go for. But thanks for everybody who's donated, came out so far. And if we're not Facebook friends yet, I have been accepting some guys, and I'll do the best that I can to keep those in on a rolling basis. If you guys aren't currently on my friends list here and want to play, I do have a bunch coming in here, so I'm assuming these guys are probably in the thread here. So I just accepted another 4 or 5 guys, so hang tight. You might want to refresh or check your Facebook, see if I've accepted you already. If not, feel free to reach out in chat. And here you can see kind of what I was mentioning. You can see how it almost comes down to a yard or two in terms of whether or not I can make it to this. So I'm going to attempt to play it off this fringe. If you do go for this shot, one of the things that I want to remind you is make sure that you get it to the fairway, or to the fringe here. You cannot come up short, so you're going to see me even overhit this a little bit, just to kind of as a safety precaution, make sure that it does hit the fringe. Doesn't look like I played the wind right. I need to do a little bit more of an overplay. Thorn is usually 1.9 per ring if you have a Thorn 8. And I went 3 rings on that wind, a little bit more, and it didn't quite look enough. Hey Roger, thanks for showing up. And thanks for everybody who has donated thus far. Appreciate everybody coming out to the event, checking everything out. And also everybody that has donated, you know, everybody that contributes, even if it's $1, $2, $3, $5, it really doesn't, it's not the, you know, it's not the dollar amount that you put in, it's more about the thought and putting it all to good cause. So, you know, if everybody puts in just a couple dollars, it goes a long way. So here we're seeing this shootout for the second time. I'm going to play it a little bit different than what I did last time. And if you guys are paying attention in chat, Jeff Shepard, he's in charge of donations, and he's going to be reading off your guys' donations as they come in. He just flashed a link, which is the PayPal address to send donations to. So if you guys, you know, wouldn't mind and you have the ability to, you know, all donations are welcome and going 100% to the relief efforts in Hawaii. So we're going to try a bounce shot too. See my opponent come up short. I'm going to do something similar. We're going to try to do a bounce shot and just kind of hop it down there. See if we can't get some magic going towards the hole. I don't play it this way very much, but we're going to try to. I'm going to do it with some curl because it looks like over towards the hole it doesn't like to respond. What I usually do here is maybe about 30% extra on the wind, so maybe 4.5. I'm kind of feeling maybe 6 rings for my adjustment. I usually play B52 close to maybe 0.8 or 0.9 per ring. And notice how I'm curling it. That's just kind of to give it a little bit better angle, because as you could see, kind of the way that it was coming in wasn't the best, and it looked like it was running through the green. And you can see when I put some curl on it, you can see when I put some curl on that, it just kind of comes in at kind of a better angle. So another thing you guys can do is side spin. And you can try to get the ball close that way. And here we are, Michael. Michael's another guy who contributed, so thank you for your donation, Michael. Really appreciate it. And good luck. Hopefully you can come out victorious in this match here. And here you can see Alex sent me a game invite. I accepted it. So it's something that you guys can pay attention as I accept a game. If you guys are watching the stream, you have the ability to then game invite me and just kind of wait on deck. And that's what I would suggest. Just trying to get the timing down and get in on first come because of the fact that, you know, it's going to fill up fast. And if you don't jump in there first thing, you're not going to be able to send me one until this game's over. So here, what I like to do here is I try to get aggressively long. If you land too short here, it's not going to clear. And I also like to put all that curl on there. I really like side spin, but you can see since I don't have that, I'm just going to go at it with some curl, try to put it out in here in position, because it's the only way I can kind of bend it. Even if you had full side spin, you would still have to use some curl to get the ball back over there. And what I've been doing is I've been doing this backspin shot that you're about to see Michael do on this hole. Dwayne, thank you for your donation. $20 goes a long way. Appreciate it. Looks like we're moving along. What's the updated total, Jeff? Appreciate it, Dwayne. Hopefully we get to play. Thank everybody for being here and checking out this stream. Oh, that was close. So, you know, I'm half tempted to do that myself, but the problem with that shot for me is I can't side spin it around the pin. But you can see here's where min club is. And if I was to try it, I should come around to the right side of the pin. Might even need just a tiny bit of curl. So what I'll usually do, maybe set up, you know, kind of away from the pin, kind of like this, towards the edge of the cup. This will keep it from hitting the pin, and then I'll go about, you know, it's a kind of 4 per ring. I'm going to go probably about 2 rings here, and maybe just gently curl it, just to kind of promote that ball getting around to the left, hopefully getting behind the stick and not running into it. And as you can see, with the without being able to put curl on that ball, that's quite the hard thing to do. I can't get it around the pin. So if I would have went for that more of if it would have been for a tie, I just would have you know, tried to go in the front of the hole. That just kind of goes to show you how tough that actually is. Thanks, Juan Prego, $10 donation. Appreciate it. Everybody that's donated so far, thank you very much. And we are off to a great start for this event. We've been streaming here for 30 minutes thus far, and we have raised nearly $550 already. So we definitely have, you know, we're well on our way. The more that we can go, the more that gets donated. It's all going to be 100% donation. So, you know, if you guys can and are able to make donations, please do so. It's 100% going to charity for this stream, and same with tomorrow's stream. And just want to thank everybody who has already checked out the Learn or Burn Facebook page. That is the new group that me, Kevin Warren, and Steve Taylor have started up. If you guys have not noticed, we have added Jeff Shepard, who is doing donations. He has been added as a moderator. So looking forward to have Jeff Shepard as a participant and to our growing webpage. And hopefully you guys are going to see some good things come from this group in the near future. So we're going to do the best that we can to give you guys the best content we can. So appreciate you guys' support, and be on the lookout for all of our future stuff to come. So what I'm going to try to do here is, since I can't side spin it, I'm going to try to do it with curl. I'm going to use a little bit over 7 rings here. It is going to try to resist this curl, so I'm going to try to set it a little bit more carefully and slowly. I really don't know how much to use. I mean, this isn't something I do regularly. It looked pretty good. Just came up a little bit short. So Joe, if you haven't saw, we're right around the $550 donation mark. So we've already raised $550 to go to the volcanic relief fund for Hawaii. Appreciate everybody's donations so far. Michael, who I just played, if you guys were paying attention, he has already graciously given us a very good donation, so thank you for that, Michael. And good game out there. I'll be on the lookout for you to shoot another low number in the tournament coming up here. If you guys didn't know, we have the Vegas shootout coming up here, and it's going to be a Milano tournament. I have yet to see, a tournament setup with these holes, so it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out, see what the new holes look like. I don't know where there'll be downwinds, where there'll be opportunities to go for the green, because we really haven't seen what the winds look like. But I'm going to do the best that I can to put out the strategy guides for you guys and give you all the tools that you need to win for the tournament. So good luck there. And let's see if I can't put this out here in play. You guys haven't seen an attempt at the green here. Usually when I'm downwind, I'll use maybe roughly 2 backspin or so. Just a little bit of side spin. You really don't need a lot. Good ball. I might miss the fairway. It's going to be out towards the edge for sure. It did, just missed. Just missed. So missed by a quarter ring there. I do try to I try to play it out towards the left side a little bit, so I was really hoping not to miss it to the left. And one of the reasons that I do that is so I can curl it back and kind of create a better angle to miss the bunker. So if you guys wonder why I aim out towards the left of that fairway, that's the reason. So let's see what we can do here. I'm assuming that going for that little fairway patch is going to be kind of a thing of the norm for this hole. And let's see if I can figure out kind of depth-wise what we're looking at here. So maybe that's maybe 3.5 per ring. Maybe 4. So if I was going to play a shot here, it doesn't look like I can stop it. Maybe I can. Maybe 4.5 per ring here. So I need to go about 1.5 rings, and you're going to see me have to rush this. I did catch my perfect ball. We'll see how this runs out. Just coming up a little bit short. So on that last pitch there, I was trying to basically, get a distance from the pin. I usually play my max Nirvana at maybe 1.8 per ring, and I was probably about 1/3 of a club, and about 1/3. If you were to cut it in half, that would kind of be a half club, which would be about 3.6 per ring, and I was just kind of coming in from that a little bit, maybe 4.5 per ring for that pitch, in case you guys were wondering. Thank you for showing up, Michael. Appreciate your donation as well. And appreciate that match that you just mentioned. So Michael just graciously said that he'll match if we get another donation, $50. Dimitri, thanks for your $5 donation. Really appreciate it. So overall, that's pretty good. 3.5. I've already played this 2 different ways. I'm going to play it a third way. I have yet to play this shot. I still play it very similarly to how I was mentioning earlier, which is basically like 3 per ring, or 30% extra, sorry. I was getting carried away from that last shot. So 30% extra would maybe be 4.5, which would probably be about 4 rings for this play. So maybe around there. A little bit of curl, as you can see. Great ball is probably going to cost me. It's probably going to shoot off to the side. We'll see. Not too bad. I don't know if that's going to sneak in or not. Let's see what it says. Oh, crap. Another unlucky. But appreciate you coming, Alex. And well-played effort. Anything close on that. In my opinion, that's been the hardest hole added so far. I've been looking at that hole and just kind of shaking my head at it, because I'll hit, a shot like I just did there with a great ball, and then it'll just complete bounce sideways. You just never know what you're going to get on that hole. It's very, very challenging shots. And here we're getting Golf Clash Grinder, another guy, if you guys just saw. Hot Shots, I'm not sure who Hot Shots is. First time seeing this account. But I do know Golf Clash Grinder, who just joined my K. So if you guys, have been paying attention, if you're following the stream, and as soon as one game starts, my K frees up, and you guys can send me a game invite, and I will accept it. And we will go for one match here, and win or lose, it's all for charity. If you guys do manage to win a game, there is a $10 Golf Clash. It's like an iTunes or Google Play gift card that you guys can basically earn yourself. So good luck to everybody, and hopefully we're going to have a few more winners here coming here pretty soon. I'm going to try for this shot again. See if I can keep this a little bit more straight. I need to keep this one straight because, as you can see, it barely creeps onto there. And as you can see that I barely crept that onto the fairway. Probably shouldn't have backspun it. Whether or not you're up by the green or here, it can be made either way. Hey Akash, thanks for showing up. Appreciate everybody that came out for this stream, and of course, everybody who's contributed to this Hawaiian relief. Thank you very much for your donations. And if you guys haven't been up to date with what's been going on in Learn or Burn, this is a charity auction. 100% goes to charity, and if you guys beat me during stream, then you will win a $10 gift card, your choice of Google Play or iTunes. But all the donations, if you guys have seen Jeff Shepard, he's been basically posting links for you guys. It's not over yet. I'm going to go for a crazy shot. So I'm not going to just take this one. I'm going to try to hook it around the pin here. See if I can't get this to... So a couple rings here. We're kind of at half club or so. I'm going to try to bend it around the pin here. Too much. That's one of the reasons that I added that club, just to kind of mess around with it. It's something I really don't play with. And of course not with basic ball, where I'd have to, put curl on things. But it's all for fun. It's all for charity. So ain't nothing wrong with going to the shootout, giving you guys the opportunity to win the match. If you guys have been paying attention to the chat, Jeff Shepard, newly added mod at Learn or Burn, is posting the hyperlink in chat for you guys to be able to donate to the volcano relief for Hawaii. And so far we are at $560 collected. So appreciate everybody who's contributed so far, and thank you guys for your donations. Appreciate you guys' support. Let's see what I got. I usually use maybe 3.5 backspin here. I'm going to take some of that off, if you guys can see, maybe 3.25. And the reason that I do that here, at least 6 rings. I have to rush it a little bit. Anytime you have a headwind, it's not going to roll out as much. So that's why you see me adding that little bit of extra. As you can see, it still comes up a little bit short, right on line. If I take off some of that backspin, it's more prone to run out. As I mentioned, I usually use 3.5. I kind of cut off on that just a tiny bit, but not quite enough. I should have did it right on 3, and it probably would have ran out, but at the very least, let's see if Hot Shots here can't sneak out the win and pick up another gift card here. And that's going to be close. Looks like he's just going to sneak it out. So there you have it. We have our next winner, Hot Shot. So if you want to reach out to Steve Taylor, congratulations. You won a gift card for iTunes or Google Play, whichever platform you're on. So congratulations there. And let's see if I can't get this next game started with Grinder here. A lot of max players I've already seen, making things interesting. Thank you, Patrick. Appreciate that $10 donation. Every little bit helps, guys. So if you guys can keep those donations rolling in, we highly appreciate it. You guys will receive a shout out on the Learner Burn web page for the Facebook group. So if you guys aren't a part of that yet, feel free to find it on Facebook, and you guys will see the Learner Burn post that I make, thanking you all for your donations after the event is over. But also keep in mind that we will be doing a second part stream after this tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And hopefully you guys can make it to that event as well. Not bad. And what I like to do here is just kind of bump it up towards that bunker. You can see with the sniper, you can get it up a little bit farther. It's a little bit better shot for this layup shot, but one of the reasons that I brought Thorn was for those extra 3 yards in case I need them for that third pitch. If you guys haven't realized from my streams in the past, I am a big claw supporter. As a lot of the shots that I use don't require more than 3 rollout anyway, and that's 3 on the ball guide. So as long as you have 3 ball guide, in my opinion, anything extra beyond 3 is essentially, relatively useless. So, a lot of my reasoning for using claw comes from that, and that fact alone, other than the accuracy being higher. And here you can see we get it up there. Hey Todd, Ray, appreciate you guys being here. Let's see where we're at. 69 people in here currently. Pretty good turnout. Appreciate everybody that's showed up so far for the stream, and of course, everybody that has donated. We appreciate your donations, and you guys will be seeing follow-up posts by me after the event is over. Congratulating everybody for coming out and for all that donated, as well as providing you guys with screenshots and updated information on our donation. But if you guys can get us those donations, highly grateful for everything that you guys send us. Really appreciate the effort. Grinder, in case you're listening, I know why you came up short there, and it has to do with moving the target down to a lower elevation. So when you move down to a lower elevation, the ball guide does not want to kind of play in that similar fashion. If I usually play 1.8 per ring, the same thing doesn't apply. I need to actually probably add power to get this up there because of being to a lower elevation. So that's what you're actually going to see me do. Try to add a little bit of power here to get it to the very front fringe, and there you see that I did get the fringe. I just didn't, since I couldn't really aim it, I just had to kind of wing it. But that is the reason that your ball came up short there. It's because when you move to a lower elevation like that, the ball doesn't carry and play like max club. Plays almost more like min club when you move to a lower target. So if you were going to go a 3, you should probably only go a 2 for your ring adjustments. Oh my God. So we're still going to go to shootout here. Can't believe that slammed the pin and miss. Well, Luke, you're able to come tomorrow. So tomorrow afternoon we are running a second part to this stream. Yeah, it's pretty crazy the way the physics of this game works. When you move to a lower target like that, it shouldn't affect anything. But in this game, it entirely affects everything. So, thank you, Donald Phillips, for your donation. Really appreciate it. And thank you for everybody who has shown support and came out thus far. Really appreciate you guys being here. If you guys haven't heard about the way that I typically play this shot here, it's been maybe about a 30% extra, so maybe 5.5 miles per hour, which I'd usually play maybe 4.5 to 5 rings, somewhere in that fashion. Not really going to curl it here because I have a left to right wind, and I'm just going to hope that it kind of just shoots down towards the pin. I didn't stop it. So I came in just a little bit too hot. Other than that, it was perfect. And here you're going to see that it just rolled down the hill. But all in all, not a terrible shot for this hole. This hole, in my opinion, has been the absolute worst thus far. It is very, very challenging to get this one to play consistently. The toughest to get it to roll out consistency for me has been this one right here, because I'll hit the downslope too hard, it'll run through the green. Sometimes it won't quite run out if I put too much backspin on it. It's been a real pain for me to try to hit that side hill like that, but can be done. Lawrence, thank you, appreciate the donation. Another Max member here, and this is kind of what I was mentioning as to how it doesn't play consistent. And that's why I hate that shot. I might try it for the tournament, we'll see. You know, if we can get that wind low enough and it's a good angle, it might not be the worst shot in the world to go for that, because it'll give you a nice precise way to maybe ace it. But all in all, I really, really despise that shot. Kind of the idea is, if we can create kind of a way that it'll run, you see how that ball still ran out to the fringe? If we could basically just guarantee that we can run it out to the fringe, then it really doesn't matter if we mess up that shot. It'll just be an easy pitch, and it'll give us a good chance. Yeah, no problem, Akash. Appreciate you coming. So let's see if we can't have another winner here. And I'm going to try to do the same shot that I just tried. Hopefully it turns out a little bit better this time and I can carry far enough. The most important thing is, if I'm going for this, is making sure that the first bounce hits the fairway. And here it is hitting the fairway. That's the most important. I don't need to make that fairway that I'm trying to hit. When I hit the fairway, I can easily reach the green from there. But it's just kind of something that I do in Tour 4, just to mess around. You can use what you want, Akash. You can use basic, you can use Kingmaker, whatever you want to win. But appreciate everybody's donations. Same with Charlie, who just came in and gave that $100 donation. Really appreciate it. All the money donated in this stream is going to a good cause, and it is going for the volcano relief in Hawaii. So every dollar that we raise goes directly to the charity. And at the same time, we get to play golf for a good cause. So it's win-win. Everybody wins. That tree is definitely in play. All the holes are redesigned. So here you can see that's my max distance. So I usually play my max Nirvana 8 right around 1.8 per ring. So you're going to see me make my ring adjustment based off of that. Plus I also am expecting it to kind of spring forward a little bit, so you're going to see me kind of leave it short and to the right. And 1.8 per ring, maybe about 3 rings or so. So kind of right in here. Kind of running out of time here. Great ball. It's going to cost me the possibility to hold this one out. It's going to shoot around to the right. And as you can see, I had really good speed. It would have given that one a really good chance had I had perfect ball. So as you can see, as Kosh there moved towards the tree, that is very much in play. You want to keep your first shot out of the out of the way of that tree, because you don't want to have to run into that accidentally. So far, we almost have $700 raised, so thank you guys to everybody that's contributed. Really appreciate everybody's donations. And hopefully, more to come. Every dollar that we raised is going straight to the charity. And you guys will see that screenshotted and sent directly to the public good charity that we mentioned on the Learn or Burn. If you guys aren't already a part of Learn or Burn on Facebook, feel free to do so at any time. Right now it is me, Kevin Warren, and Steve Taylor, who are the admins over there, kind of running things and keeping everything situated. And we just recently added Jeff Shepard, who is scrolling the PayPal links and the donation links down there at the bottom. And basically, he is now a moderator of that group. And we just recently launched off a website, and we're going to do our best to, grow that as best as we can in the next few months. And if you guys have not been to that page yet, feel free to check it out. Good things to come for sure. So, but aside from that, thanks everybody for coming out here. Right now we're rolling at an hour, and we're going to do another half hour for you guys for this first stream. And we're almost at 700 collected for this first event here. So very successful turnout so far. Appreciate everybody that's donated and came to play and given me a game. And let's see what this happens. Coming off the island here. So this is the old Milano hole, the original par 3 with the island hop. You could see here, I think 7.0 is as large as the wind as I could have got. And, similarly to how I didn't, I took off a little bit too much spin last time. I'm going to try to put that on this time. Make sure that you can see the ball guide, how it's kind of left into the, past the hole. I'm going to try to set it up long and to the left before setting up. Additionally, I'm going to go off my max ring adjustment, which in my opinion, there's 8 rings. There's maybe 10. I would probably go right around 10 rings here. So let's see what that looks like. See how this runs out. Not bad. Probably if I wouldn't have put that curl on, it would have probably been all in one. But all in all, not too bad. So thank you, Akash, for coming in. Thanks for checking out the event. Appreciate you guys being here. And here we have Andreas coming in. So hopefully we can get this one to kick off. And if you don't mind, Jeff, just post that link again, the hyperlink to the PayPal, so you guys can all see where to go to donate. And if you guys came late and want to check out the full stream after we are finished going live, you guys can go back and watch the replay, and you'll be able to see Jeff has the entire time been posting the donations as they come in. So if you guys want to see all that has been donated and has came in, it will be available in the replay if you guys watch the replay version with comments attached to it. So there's usually, when you go to YouTube, it'll give you kind of 2 options for the replay, and you just try to click on that button with comments if you want to see everything that was said in chat as it showed up. So you can watch it either method. And what I like to do on this one is just kind of lay up, kind of try to keep my ball centered in that fairway there. And That's what I did on my first hole today too, so it happens. But what I like to do is just try to keep it centered in the fairway on the first bounce, and then it usually follows suit. That if you put some curl on, that you can kind of just keep it to go along the fairway the entire way. I'm going to play this very close to max, even though it's kind of at mid club. We're going to go for the dunk again, why not? 1.9-ish per ring is maybe 3.5. So why not? See if I can't get this to fall. Perfect ball. Just off. I think you can actually get it to come back in the hole if you don't. You can see it almost got back. If you have the perfect wind, you can actually get it to come back in. But as you can see, even if we're not quite at max distance on that short iron there, it still plays very much towards max distance, as that was very close to going in. And probably more than anything had to do with the pull angle that I pulled at, because it looked like it almost came a little bit short and right on that front edge there. So it was probably, more my setup than it was about, being too much of an overcorrection. It was probably pretty spot on. It was just the wrong pull angle. So it's something that you have to really be critical of. It's very, very hard to master in this game. It just comes down to, being very fine with the way that you are making your adjustments. And that's, the biggest way to improve your game, in my opinion, is just kind of by paying attention to that attention to detail. And as you make a mistake, just kind of learn from that mistake. Appreciate it, Sean. Thanks for being here. And here we got another shootout coming up. Let's see if we can't get one of the new holes. I'm tired of seeing that island. I must have, so if you guys didn't, and here we're getting it again. If you guys watched some of my Tour 9 updated content, we were going for updating my holes, and out of probably, I must have tried to put together 100 plays for you guys, and 60 out of 100 were this hole for the. So to actually get that last hole was quite the feat, just to get you guys those 20 or so, or whatever it is, however many times you've seen me play. One of them I've probably still only played about 6 times. But in this stream, I've actually had a little bit better luck. Thank you guys for coming out. And as you can see, the shot that my opponent went for, I'm going to follow suit and try to go for the same. This can be a little challenging to do. As you can see, the target line is very tight. But I'll do what I can here to pull this off. And I usually play this on a little bit more towards min when I do this. So 1.6 per ring. Just a little bit more than 1.5, somewhere in there would be my ring adjustment. And very critical that you hit your perfect ball when you go for this. If you don't, you're going to wind up way off. And there you can see about 3 backspin is more or less about perfect. And it looked like just a little bit of an overcorrection. And there we have another winner, Andreas. So sneaks out another one. So Andreas, feel free to reach out to Steve Taylor there, and he has a gift card of your choice for you, $10 for Google Play, or iTunes is the other. So whatever platform you're playing on, we'll get you taken care of, $10, which will help you hopefully, pick up one of those tournament packages. As you guys have seen, some of the balls rolling through. There's been quite a few offers already. So hopefully you guys have been looking to perhaps picking one of those up. And here you can see, very similar to how I said, I just kind of aim more towards the center, and I'd rather bring it back with curl. And one of the biggest reasons to that is just to kind of create a better angle, and as to where that second bounce will hopefully not hit the rough. So that's one of the biggest reasons that I play it like that. So, that's one of the things that I'd encourage you guys to do. For your first hop, if you can kind of keep it away from trouble, especially if you have, side spin option. Keeping it away from that right edge really gives you the best way to curl that around and make sure that that second hop doesn't bounce on that rough. Just a good tip for you guys on the tournament. But from the rookie tees, another thing that you can do is you can just basically power it through, which we don't know if that'll be an option in Pro. But if you add power here, there's no way that you can run into the rough on the second hop because you'll just kind of bounce it over it. But if you keep it, just a little bit, just rolling off. And that's one of the reasons that you saw me go as high as I did with the curl, to kind of avoid that from happening. As you can see, it's just, very, very tricky shot there, a little touch and go. And, kind of opposite as to what I was mentioning on that other hole. If you guys were following, where we were moving it to a lower elevation, now we're moving it to a higher elevation. So when we do this, it's going to play much more towards max, and it's something that you really want to be careful of. This is going to play very much towards max for my adjustment, which I'll usually play maybe 3.5 rings. I'm even going to try to, I'm going to run out of time. I shouldn't have went for that second pass, but that's okay. I was going to give one that stroke if he needed it anyway, and as you can see, I'm going to be the one that needs it. So when you go in the rough here, it's very, very challenging to get to the green. You don't have to hit it out of bounds, just hit it in the fairway so you can go for the green. Aaron, first time here. Appreciate you coming. Nice to see everybody who came out. And here you can see we're downwind this time, and kind of the reverse is going to happen from what I just mentioned. So how I just mentioned that I'm going to go up to a higher elevation, need to overplay. Now I kind of need to underplay my rings a bit. So here I might just try to sneak out and maybe go 3 rings as opposed to going for a full max. And you can see it's just very, very tough from over there. In fact, I did end up playing it from that middle fairway, if you guys saw that. And I'm hoping this hole's downwind. I might, try to intentionally just put it on that. I think the play is actually going to be the middle fairway. That's going to give us the best chance to get this one, is by actually probably putting it on the center fairway. So look forward to that in my guides. Just for fun, I put it out there one time. I just wanted to see kind of what it looks like, and you can see the difficulties that I have with getting that perfect angle to get the ball to hop up onto the green. Much easier when you are coming at it from the center fairway there. That one that's just kind of hanging out there, it looks like it has no real purpose. And it's very good approach for that hole. So let's see if we can't get one to come up here. Go for this one maybe. It's going to be hard with basic ball. That same type of problem that I was mentioning before about trying to miss the pin. with basic ball. It's the biggest reason that even with a marlin on, you're giving yourself, a really good chance to make it. When you put basic ball on, you're really short-siding yourself, because even if you go behind the pin, try to bring it back, you got to find a way to curl it back, which means that you most times have to just try to put curl on the ball. So 8:15 already. We're going to run for another 15, guys, for this gift card giveaway here and charity relief fund. So if you guys have yet to donate and still would like to, if you guys haven't seen it in chat already, Jeff Shepard has been posting a hyperlink. If you need that hyperlink, feel free to ask for it, and we will get it for you guys and give you guys the opportunity to make a donation. Here we're seeing Ian come in. Appreciate that. So here comes Juan trying for this. Has anybody successfully won off this hill yet? I'm thinking everybody that's hit that shot has lost so far. So it just kind of goes to show you how sketchy it is. The one thing that we can mention about it is you can see that the ball does end up on the fairway the majority of the time. So you might still see me do that in my tournament guide because of the fact that I'm assuming that it's going to be relatively straightforward, give us a chance for that ace, and it's going to be low risk. The odds of you leaving it in the rough are going to be very low. And as I mentioned, I play about 30% extra here. So instead of a 5, I'll play a 6.5. Almost pretty much spot up on 5 rings here. 1.2 per ring Guardian. And I'm just going to try to curl it around the pin here. And get this up towards the pin. See if I can't get it. Not too bad. Let's see if it holds on right there. And there it does. So if you guys didn't know, Juan is also a streamer, Juan Golf Clash. So feel free to check him out. He's recently came into streaming. Great player. Somebody that you guys can definitely learn from. And here you see Ian McIntosh here that we're going to be playing for this next game. Look forward to this one. Another great player. And, some good expert finishes here. And also has Golf Clash Notebook, if you guys aren't aware. So I'm sure you guys have probably checked out Golf Clash Notebook, but it's a very great website that posts a lot of tournament information, every hole, every club, every ball type. If you want to know the stats, Golf Clash Notebook, that's the way to find it. So highly recommend, if you guys haven't been there, checking that out. You can find it in a Google search, Golf Clash Notebook. It's something like Golf Clash Notebook as well, like .ios or something, .io or something. But as I mentioned, you can find it in Google, and it'll be like the #1 hit in Google. So easiest way to find it. And here you can see that I got downwind here for this hole. First time I've got a win like this. We're going to just try to put this ball out here a little early on my timing, but I think it's okay to be a little early on my timing. It's just going to probably put me in this right rough, because it's probably not going to spin out. And there you see it just coming up short, but at the very least, and you can see, setting yourself up for a good pitch by going out that way. Can can be very easy once you go towards the hole. As long as you can land on that fairway, you'll basically assure yourself that you can get to the green in two. Of course, if you've ever seen the way that I play this hole in tour play, it's very safe, very methodical. Just kind of put the ball out in play, and I've done none of that in this stream. So get in. So let's see what I can get here. I usually play my Nirvana at max there, about 1.8 per ring. And it looks like we're about maybe 3/4 club. So maybe, 2 1/4 per ring, somewhere in there for this shot. Why not just go for a dunk here, right around 3/4 ring or so. Maybe right in there. And perfect ball. At the very least, it's going to be close. So if you guys haven't seen the way that I kind of estimate that distance, I do have a nice rough iron sand wedge tutorial for you guys. It's in my I have a playlist dedicated to it. It's titled oh wow, so I don't have anybody else to play. Are we gonna do this again, Ian? You guys need to send me some some requests. Still got a couple more. Oh, geez. So I just missed the rough. So you're going to see me go long there. One of the things that you want to try to do. See you, Luke. Thanks for showing up. And thanks for everybody who's donated, if you guys have already donated. If you guys want to play another game, I have a couple, one or two more. Feel free to send me a game invite. What are you doing, Zach? Send it. So, got a couple more games coming in. I'm going to go for the dunk again here. 67 people currently in here. Thank you guys for everybody who's donated. Appreciate it. Let's see if we can't get little boy magic here. I'm going to let that run out into the fairway if I miss it. Going to play about a half ring on this distance. In here pretty tight. Caught a great ball. It's going to send it off to the left. Hopefully roll off the green. We'll get it on the next one. Thank you guys for that $100 donation. Anonymous. Appreciate it, whoever sent it. What's the total, Jeff? What are we up to? I know it's about $800 or $900 so far, so we really got a good stream going already. We're about halfway done. We got another stream coming up for you guys tomorrow. It's going to be very similar to this. 800 collected so far, so thank you everybody that's contributed. Get in. Little redemption. So Ian gets a little redemption after that dunk on the last one. So good game there. Let's see if we can't get this one underway here. Zach Taylor, another guy who's supported my YouTube content for a long time. Appreciate everybody that came out tonight, and or just period. If you've checked out my content or been to my page, I appreciate you guys being here. And good games, Ian. Definitely well played on that bunker shot. That can be a touchy from playing from that front bunker, especially with basic ball. The way that it likes to come off that hill can be a little wonky. So it could definitely be tough to come in like that. So that was a well played shot. And let's see what we got on this one. Thanks, Ian. Appreciate it. We're going to see if we can't follow suit a little bit here. I'm going to try to get over to that other fairway again. If I can make it over there, we might get a chance. We'll see. It's going to be tough. That's as big as a wind as I can get. So it's going to kind of resist. And if I land on that rough, like I just did in the bunker, I'm not going to be able to get to the green. I'm going to have to lay up and go for the pitch like you guys saw me do at the beginning of my stream. So I was trying to, force the issue a little bit and hope to clear that bunker, and just too much headwind to do so. So here we got Alex, and we'll probably finish up with Alex for this part one, guys. So thanks for everybody who's donated. Patrick Mullen, appreciate the $30 donation. Oh. So, close one. I wouldn't have had a chance if that one went in. I can't even get to the green. I just got to lay up, make it from the fairway up here. So what I usually do if I put it in trouble, well, I really need landscape here. I'm not going to be able to get it over where I want it. So I'm going to try to hook it. Hope to get it in the fairway. I usually use about 3 targets, so if I was aiming off the right of my bullseye, I'm going to stack a second, a third, and we'll just go at it like this and hope that it's enough to land it up in the fairway up here. I would have had it if I put enough topspin. It's pretty good, not quite enough. And at the very least, we'll come up, do another shootout up here. Yeah, if you guys haven't registered at Golf Clash Now, that is the name of our Facebook group's website. And should be good things to come. Thanks, Joe Cook, for coming out. Appreciate everybody that showed up for this event. We're coming to conclusion here. Coming up on 8:30, we're going to go to shootout here. Hey Brad, thanks for showing up. Checking out the end here. $836 we're up to, so pretty successful. Might have to make this target goal maybe 2K. See if we can't get up to a 2K donation. We have 1,000 people in Learn or Burn right now. So if we could get, very small contributions from everybody, we could really get up to a very nice donation number. So every little bit, if you guys can, find a way to donate just a couple dollars, could come in very handy. They're just rolling off. Thanks, Alan. Thanks for showing up here at the end. Thanks, everybody, for the donations. Thank you, Juan, for showing up as well and playing the game. Good game, man. And let's see. I like going this way. My preferred method. And I usually play it about one per ring with some curl or side spin. But since I don't have side spin, we're going to go at it with curl. And just try to get it to funnel up just a little bit short. So, Zach Taylor, thanks for the game. Appreciate you always supporting my page. As you can see, he sent it to Shootout for us, so appreciate that. If you want the gift card, of course you're entitled to it. Thanks, Jason, for showing up. Appreciate it. I know it's late in the UK, so the fact that you came out and watched this late at night, thank you for coming. And thanks for everyone who donated. I hope to see some of you guys tomorrow. And we are going to finish with this game. We still have 62 people in here, 60 people in here. Are you guys interested in seeing me do any Tour 11 with some clubs? I mean, it's not going to be matching you guys, but if you guys want to see me do a little bit of bonus Tour 11, I will set my bag up and go straight to 11 after this for maybe another 20-30 minutes if you guys are interested in watching. Or if there's any specific clubs you'd like to see, or shots. So I'll do a little 11 for you guys. It's kind of a bonus stream. And if anybody wants to try to match me, in Tour 11, just watch the stream. When I hit Tour 11, you hit Tour 11. Maybe we match, maybe we don't. But Grim Reaper in 11, okay. I'll break out Grim Reaper. Keep in mind, I have a max grip Reaper, so I might hold out. But if you guys follow with the stream and want to see some 11, you could try to match me in 11. You just have to hit enter at the same time. Maybe we match, maybe we don't. I don't think I've ever used Grim Reaper, but I would love to see Grim Reaper in 11. Maybe Dart? Grim Reaper and Dart? I'll definitely put on Cataclysm because I don't usually Well, the only reason I'm hesitant to do Tour 10 is because I have so much Tour 10 content. There's so much. And honestly, the one thing that is kind of a project that's on my mind to do is Tour 11. But there's just been so many other things kind of going on. And, but I have so much content that's actually dedicated to Tour 10. And, you know, I'd really like to kind of get Tour 11 kind of caught up. A little bit of bonus content in 11 wouldn't hurt anybody. Let's see if I made it. No, not with that wind. So I'm going to have to do a bump shot here. This is... Try to hop it and play a little bit more towards mid or so for my club. Maybe 2.2¼ maybe per ring. Maybe a little bit more than that, 2.5. So in terms of my ring play, I'm trying to go, you know, maybe 2.5 per ring here. Just try to hold the line. In terms of my ring play, it's probably pretty good. As you can see, it just kind of short hopped, and that probably has to do with it being into the wind. So my ring play was probably, you know, relatively close, and I probably, if anything, just needed to do an overplay to make sure that I accounted, or at least had a little bit more topspin to make sure that it actually, you know, didn't short hop because it was into the wind. But at the very least, you know, I've never had it to where it rolls back down that hill, so you know it's going to be a relatively safe shot going for it that way. And here you're going to see I'm just going to run it into the pin real quick with the dunk shot. I play on a Samsung Note 8. It's a very good phone, highly recommended. You know, probably very close to an S9 that you guys just heard about coming out. The Note 8 software-wise and performance-wise is pretty similar. The one thing that I think, you know, the Note has is, you know, it does come with the pen, but the one thing that the S9 has is kind of like an updated camera. It seems like that phone's kind of a little bit more about the camera than it is the phone. So I'm more than content with which platform that I'm using right now, because I really, you know, for the most part, not too worried about the camera. And there you see close to a 9-ish ring adjustment. I usually do an overplay. On B52, it goes very high up into the air and gets affected by the wind. Very high. So, you know, it doesn't really play one per ring like the accuracy suggests. So you usually see me play it more like 0.85-ish. If I go more towards a Kingmaker, I might even come in on that even more. Maybe 0.75 on my ring adjustment at max club. And I'm not really sure exactly 100% why it plays like that, but I just know that it does. Because I don't notice it as much on Goliath, and they have the same distance. Well, for some reason, you know, B52 really overplays, and I don't notice it quite as much on Goliath. So good games, guys. You know, thanks for everybody that made it out. Appreciate everybody that you know, matched with me and tried to win. And you know, congratulations to everybody who did win. You know, feel free to reach out to Steve Taylor. But aside from that, you know, we're gonna go into a little bit of bonus content on 11. So let me put on Cat here. And if you guys are following the stream here, what's my accuracy? 81. Kingfisher maybe. 94. What's Dart? Oh geez, that's terrible. How about Firefly? No, that's even worse. Fire 5, 2.1 per ring. Let's try that. I got to keep the big guns on just in case I need them. Let me free up a chest though. I can maybe play with basic ball. The only downside to actually playing with basic ball is I get, some feedback that is a little bit more negative. That, people are like, well, I can't learn when you play basic ball because you're the only person in Tour 11 playing basic ball, so I can't learn anything from your shots. Yeah, I'm sure everybody's going to be terrified of my Grim Reaper. Should I set myself up at long iron intentionally to play my Reaper? It has a range of like 15 yards. It's good for a very short period. So I'm going to try to set this up, distance-wise, that it carries to the fairway. I'm a little worried about that ball reaching. You're probably going to see me use a katana and just try to take it off the fairway. I think this will just make it there. It didn't even make it. But as you can see, my aim was very good. That's one of the reasons that it's important to set up your aim. Because there you can see I didn't even make the fairway. I was trying to judge it to where it would just creep on. But since my aim was so good, it didn't go in the sand. Thanks, Ian. I tried to aim it somewhat, so I did think it was going to make it there. And I was trying to curl it back a little bit just to kind of get it to ride the wind a little bit to where it would carry an extra yard or two. But if I would have thought it was going to come up short, I would have put on a Titan ball. I do really like katanas over Titan. It's a lot easier to play the second shots. And here you're seeing wind straight in the face. Usually what I try to do, especially in this type situation, is you'll see me kind of play this shot more right in here, and you can see what I'm doing with my backspin. I'll usually crank it up a little bit higher, but since it's straight into the wind, it's going to kind of resist. So that's why I'm kind of taking off a lot of that. And I'm just going to play it pretty much spot up, right around 10 rings or so. My accuracy on Cat 7 is about 80, which is 1.4 per ring. So going 10 rings would be kind of for a 14 wind. And you can see taking off that top spin is the reason, or taking off that backspin is the reason that that's good enough to run out towards the hole. And had I hit perfect ball, maybe look like I hit great ball right. Not 100% sure of that. Anytime I go landscape mode, it gets a little small, but you can see that it's just kind of about judging the way that it's going to come in on shots like that. Yeah, Katana versus Titan. In these last 3 tours, for me, it's Katana across the board. Distance isn't very important, so you're going to see me use, it is important, but it's not the most important. It's more important that you make it to the shootout and have a more of a precision type approach. And if you can put full curl on or full side spin on something to avoid curling it, you're going to be much more accurate with the way that you go out your shootouts, and you're going to win more of them because of it. So in Tour 9, 10, 11, for me, it's Katana over Titan. You barely see me pull out Titans. I'll only do it in that type of scenario where a Titan obviously lands on the fairway and a Katana doesn't. That's the only way I'll ever pull out a Titan. And you'll see in tour 10, tour 11, they're all based on side spin. Almost every, oh, of course we're going to get this shootout. Like we haven't seen this enough. So what I usually play into the wind on this is more of a max ring adjustment. Of course, I take off some of my backspin, and you can see how I'm kind of aiming it out to the side. I'm just trying to basically anticipate the way that the ball is going to be affected by the wind. And here you're seeing me just kind of rotate it out to the side. And as I mentioned, you know, I do play very close to max when I actually play this adjustment, which would be 6-ish rings here. So that's what you're going to see me play here. Maybe just try to hold that line a little bit. And all things considered, if I estimated right, which it looks like I didn't, so I overestimated how much it was going to come back to the left. So you're seeing me just shoot it out to the left because I kind of overestimated the way that wind angle was. But, you know, all things considered, it's not a terrible shot, especially in Tour 11. Anything inside 2 yards puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. Especially if they're not thinking about those same techniques that you are. So, for instance, if he's not thinking about, you know, putting that ball guide past the hole or doing some kind of overplay or something to compensate, then the ball's going to come up short and to the right every time. So it's just something that you always have to be thinking about, how the wind's going to affect that ball, and that's the reason that you see me set up intentionally long into the left. So let's see how my opponent does here. Hopefully, you know, he kind of has all those things in mind, but there you can see that it just kind of checks up, doesn't run out. And I don't know if I held on. Let's see if I did. It looks like I did. And there you can see, you know, sneaking out Tour 11 victory. If you guys are following along, if you guys are in stream and want to play, and of course, if you guys need some Tour 11 coins, I'll gladly give you some. So if you want to try to match me, I'm hitting the button now, and you guys can similarly try to match me. And if we successfully match, if you guys need some coins, just let me know. Flash the $sign or something, and I'll give you guys some coins if you need them for Tour 11. And I'll just basically, you know, play the shots as you're supposed to, and kind of talk you through them, and then I'll just let you win. So if we end up matching, it'll be a nice kind of kickoff that you can get a couple games, win a couple Tour 11 matches. Here you can see I'm having trouble matching, which means that basically nobody's on trying to match. Or if they are, we just aren't establishing a stable connection. So that's what you're seeing, and instead of, you know, seeing it through, oh, there it says I'm unstable. I find that hard to believe because we have not had connection problems this entire stream. So I really don't think it's my fault, and I highly doubt that all of a sudden my stream's just going bad. As you can see down in the corner, it says stream health excellent. I'm sure you guys have had no sound issues, video quality dropouts. I don't think that it's really my connection. I think it's just lying to me. But let's see if we can't get a couple more games. And there we go. It's that easy. Ian presses the button, I press the button, and we're playing it. So there you go, first time. And there you guys go, 10 million a game. So if you guys need to match or want to try to match, as you can see, we can definitely get a couple games going. And what I usually play for this hole is about 1.3, 1.2 per ring. And you can see that I'm just putting a little bit of curl on as well, just to try to get it to bend around the corner, stay out of that rough. I did hit it in the rough. Not the end of the world. Well, it will be if I don't get the if I get a bad wind, but just kind of messing around a little bit. I thought it was going to curl more than it did because of that wind, so it's kind of my own fault. As you can see that it just kind of shot out to the right. I was essentially anticipating it to curl more than it did, and it ended up biting me. But if you put on your long clubs and things like Tour 10, Tour 11, making a mistake like that doesn't necessarily cost you the hole. And, you know, you're more than likely to be able to get away from it and get out of that trouble if you can basically just get, you know, a somewhat favorable, at least a not an unfavorable wind. So the only thing I can't see is basically wind straight in the face. Side wind will be okay. Downwind, it's just wind into the face, which you're seeing, which is basically going to make my life miserable. And that's exactly what you're seeing here. Technically, we can still get out of this and put it up here, and that's what you're going to see me try to do. So I'll play it about 5 rings more or less, and you can see that I'm setting 5 rings out into the fairway just barely. I do need to cut this very close, and that's why you're seeing me play it as aggressively as I am, because if I don't cut it close, then it's not going to make it to that second fairway. So there you see me putting it within a ring of that fairway, kind of intentionally, and that's kind of going off the formula that I was mentioning to you guys, 1.8 per ring on a Nirvana. So if an 8.6 and it's a little bit, maybe just a little bit downhill, about 5 rings. So as long as 5 rings looks like it's on the fairway, then you will still hit the fairway. Oh, you know what I just remembered? I have dart on. So if you guys want to see some dart hole outs, you're in luck. You came to the right stream. Does anybody remember what my dart accuracy was? Was it 40? Or was that a different club? 45 maybe? I don't remember the accuracy. So we're probably going to miss. Oops. But we'll see what the wind angle is. Up straight sideways, so if I don't play this right, oh, Firefly. So that's the one that was, I think 2.2 per something. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we're going to play it like that. One of the things, you can see how the ball guide's kind of skipping a little bit. So I usually back away from that sight. So if this is, you know, 2 something per ring, then I might go at least 7 rings here. I do need to think about an overplay a little bit, but I'm also not at max club. So keeping that in mind, you're going to see me kind of play it more like max club, and hopefully I get it to fall. So getting out of trouble with Firefly. Oh my God, are you guys serious? Why did we come to Tour 11? This is nuts. So we just played Tour 4, got this hole, maybe like 10 shootouts. Now we're seeing it for Tour 11 shootouts. So a little disappointing to see that. Thank you guys for everybody who's came out. Here we're pushing 2 hours on this stream. Does anybody else want to match? Ian, do you want to play another game after this? Or does somebody need to match me? Let me know, guys, because I'm about to hit. So we're going to go for a ridiculous shot here. We're just going to go for this fringe, aiming way off the fairway. Now the one thing that you're going to see me do a little bit different, I like coming in from this angle a little bit better, so you're going to see me kind of side spin it intentionally, which you didn't see me do when I played it in stream. And we are going to play it maybe towards max club, very close. 7-ish rings, I'm thinking. This isn't something I usually go for. Does anybody else want to match? If you guys want to play some Tour 11, we can try to match. I can try to back out. Of course, I come to Tour 11. We just played all these Milano holes, and of course, 3 out of 4. Milano. More Milano. Can't get away from this darn course. So anytime you get in a headwind like this, you know, the balls that are going to be the more beneficial ones, Kingmaker, Jameer, you want to try to match after this game? You can try to watch the timing and press the button when I do, and we can try to match. It's not letting me switch balls. Plus my spin's stuck on. See if I can... I can't get off this ball. How much you guys want to bet that I put this in the rough? Can't get this over. So as I was trying to mention, you want to probably use your Kingmakers up in situations like this. It's not letting me. So it is what it is. We'll see if I can't try to get this over. Highly doubt it. Of course, you know, Kingmaker, I'd be able to put it on the other side. It just kind of goes to show you the power of wind resistance. So if you can get that wind down, I couldn't change my ball and put it on a usable ball for whatever reason. And cost me the opportunity to get over. It just kind of really shows you how important ball selection is. So if you don't put on big wind resistant balls, so you know, Kingmakers, and if you guys saw those new Royal balls, those are the type balls that I recommend for you know, tour play, more leaning towards the Kingmaker when you need to pull them out. The Royal balls, you know, they're going to be almost impossible to replace. So pulling those out is a little bit more challenging to you know, replace. So it's something that you just want to do a little bit more sparingly. But let's see if I can't pop this up here in the fairway. I'll try to cut the corner a little bit. I have a feeling I'm going to need to hit this in the rough over here, or else I'm not going to salvage this. So I'm going to try to play it off the rough on purpose, See if I can't get it to just hop up onto the fairway maybe. Not quite enough. It's not going to be enough to get to the green up here. Yep, Michael, your challenge was met. What did Dodge guy say about Tour 11? I missed a couple comments. So of course you guys see we can't get away from these Milano holes. Even in Tour 11, can't get rid of these things. That's in. So well played shot there. Oh, you don't have to worry about me making it from here. Weren't you just into the wind? Yeah. So, you know, typically you would want to try to lay up onto this little island here. That's what I'm going to successfully try to do here. It's probably about a 8 ring adjustment at least. So probably need to go at least into half power here if you were going to try to lay up here, somewhere around here. And there you see a great ball. Your goal would just be to basically hit that, hopefully spin it up through, and you can see it's a little bit short. All right, so he wants to try to match. Good game, Ian. I'm going to try to back out now, and I'm going to try to match somebody else that wants to try to match. Just follow the stream. I'm about to hit the button right now if you guys are paying attention. And hopefully we can match and do some more Tour 11. Golf Clash Kyle. Is Golf Clash Kyle in here? That was an instant match, so it's almost like somebody was waiting in K for that one. Oh wow, he's got those striker balls on. Are you serious? You should have told me, and I could have dumped the first one to you. I thought for sure you had plenty. So let's see if I can't put on another katana ball here. And we'll just try to put it out here and play, kind of around the bend. I usually play this in a downwind like this on an over max ring play. I'll play it, you know, pretty close to, you know, an entire target, 10 rings here. And I'm also curling it back. Well played, Ian. Thanks for joining me. That was pretty awesome that we were able to match. You guys could see that the wheel was just spinning for a good minute or two, and sure enough, Ian jumps on and we match instantly. So it just goes to show you that it can happen. And that was awesome. I think you guys are going to have to bear with me on this. I might be in Grim Reaper distance now, so we might get. Here's the only problem. It might not be enough club to get to the hole. So I might have to short hit I might have to overpower it to get it there. Of course, we're finally getting a Southern Pines hole. Hopefully we can get a Southern Pine shootout. Kind of the purpose of this stream was to get away from Milano, and yet we've still seen Milano. Here you can see this guy's probably like, what in the world am I watching? So what I usually do is a bump shot. What I usually do is a bump shot here, and yeah, this guy's like, what in the world? So we're gonna try to bump this. Yards per ring. I know I got to do a little bit of an underplay here. I'm gonna stick a little bit more towards 6, 7 rings, somewhere in there, and just to kind of straighten out my line, you're going to see me curl it as well. And that's more than anything just to try to straighten things out. I did bump it into that fringe. I wasn't trying to. So, you know, I had to really hit it up on, with the amount of spin that I put on that. I needed to get that up on the surface. And I took off probably 1 ring too many to make that happen. When you guys use Green Reaper, it can be a bit of a challenge because it only has a range of like 20-25 yards. You can only pull it for so far, which actually helps you with the ring play because usually like max and min are almost identical. So if max is, what is that, 1.4-ish, 1.3-ish, somewhere in there, you know, min's going to be very similar to that, maybe 1.6 because it doesn't have any range. But anyway, here you're seeing another hole. So this can be a little bit challenging. You know, the way that I do this either is with a wood or it's with a driver. And it really just depends on the wind and the ball choice that I have. So with the striker ball, my opponent here has a little bit of an advantage to go with a wood. And a wood is a little bit harder for me because I'm looking at 2% less, which is maybe 4 yards. So where I can put my max club versus where he could is about 4 yards different. Makes it a little bit tougher to set up. So what you'll sometimes see me do is I'll just do a min driver in this scenario and try to hit it more towards the fringe here. And you can see how I'm taking my ball guide kind of on the north end here. And I do play a little bit more towards min, 1 point, at least 7 rings here. I'm going to go even 7.5. And aside from that, we're going to curl it. It's going to need the curl to take the necessary slope and funnel down towards the hole. And here you can see with the backspin that I applied, just a little bit too much curl. So you're seeing it come out a little bit too round and going about 1.5 yards, 2.5 yards. Nope, wrong emoji. So I'm going to come out and try to match somebody else. Jameer, if you can show up to my stream tomorrow, I'm going to do 2 or 4 tomorrow. So I'll accept your friend's request if you sent me one. And I'm going to do a couple more, maybe 1 or 2 more. Tour 11, I'm about to hit the button. So if somebody else wants to try to match me, feel free to do so. As I'm going to hit the button, if there's anybody else. And, you know, if you're short of coins, that's okay. If we do match, just drop the $sign or something. Thanks for playing, Ian. Thanks for coming. No problem. Anytime. Have no problem trying to match. And, you know, getting friendlies is kind of the funnest thing to do. So it really makes this game worth it. And here you're seeing another decent approach. Let's see if I can't thread these bunkers. You can see that I'm just kind of anticipating kind of where it's going to land. When I'm doing an overpower shot like that, I'm kind of looking maybe on a 12 wind, probably about 15-ish rings down. So I'm extending that bullseye target and maybe just kind of estimating that it's going to land maybe about 15 rings down from that target, and that's kind of how I set my power as to whether or not to go full there, whether or not to take something off. And you can see with what my opponent just did that about 10 rings for him was probably right into the center of that fairway. I did not see what driver he had, so I don't know what his accuracy is, but I'm assuming that in fact you can see he hits a Titan ball and it lands shorter than my Katana, which pretty much tells you that it was a little bit lower, probably a 4, maybe an Apoc 4 maybe. But here you're going to see a Kingfisher, and my accuracy on this is more like a Hornet and more towards min club here. So in terms of a ring play, want a min Kingfisher. I'm thinking towards 1.5-ish for this play per ring. So if I was going to play 1.5, that would be 7.5, and maybe another 3 rings to that. So let's try 8, see what that looks like. And you know, this is kind of a learning experience as well. So if I just went 8 rings, and I don't know how many I'm supposed to go, and you can see that it's at least half a ring, maybe a ring too much, that pretty much helps you out for next time. It's just something that you can keep a mental tab at. If you're very precise with your ring movements, as you can see that I just went, you know, I was very close to min distance, and I went probably pretty spot on 8 rings there, and it was an overcorrection. You know, you can kind of mentally tally that, or you could write it down, and it'll help you for next time. So that's definitely a big tip that I can give you guys. If you guys want to, you know, hone in on your ring adjustments a little bit better. That's basically the basis of my method, is just learning from my mistakes. So you'll see me miss a shot, and I just have, you know, very good retaining ability to remember for next time. And I really don't document anything, but there's nothing wrong with it if you do. If you had, you know, a spreadsheet where you just kind of keep everything that you've kind of logged, that could be kind of a successful tool as well. But just kind of, you know, keeping all these things mentally down is kind of the best secret that I can give you guys. Hey Chris, appreciate you guys showing up. Jameer, we can try to match tomorrow. I am streaming tomorrow at 1 p.m. It's Eastern Daylight Time in the USA. That we will be doing a bonus stream for you guys for the second part of the Tour 4 play. So I'm just doing this as kind of supplemental for you guys, just so you can see just a little bit more Tour 11 content here, as just kind of a little bonus here. And you can see I used maybe about 3 backspin. You can see I'm kind of using that side cliff. In terms of what I do for my ring adjustment, I go a little bit more towards 1 per ring here. I was not trying to great ball that to the right. I was trying to get my timing a little bit faster. Shooting it out to the left might end up cost. It doesn't look like it's going to. All in all, that's not too bad. It's probably going to swing in front and just a little long, but it's not too bad. It's probably going to be about 2 yards, 2.1. The goal is to just kind of get it onto that slope there to where it doesn't check up too much, but it also doesn't go too high up in deep into the bank either. And here you see my opponent does have an Apoc 4 that has 2 backspin. That's all you need for this hole. So kind of where my opponent's setting up right now is almost perfect for 2 backspin. So that is probably more or less where they want, you know, no longer than that though. In terms of for Apoc 4, your accuracy is a little bit lower, I think in the 60s. So, you know, 1.7 per ring. So you would go much less rings here. I'm thinking maybe somewhere around 8, 7, somewhere in there. And you can see that's a very good attempt as well. It's just kind of going just a little bit too high. So really just needed to land a yard shorter. But all in all, that is a well-played shot. Anything inside 3 always gives yourself a really good opportunity to win. And a little unlucky there, but don't believe Mark was part of this stream. I mentioned if somebody is part of the stream and they need some coins, feel free to, just reach out to me, say, hey, we matched, and that's all you need to say, or, flash the $sign or something. Let's just do one more. So I'll end this, pretty shortly, but I want to thank you guys for coming out and, being a part of this charity event. It was a first opportunity for us. I still can't swap balls. What is with this? I've never seen this. So it's not letting me swap balls again. This is the second time this happened, this match. I've never seen it happen. I don't know if you guys see me keep touching that and it just will not respond. I'm not familiar with that happening. So it's probably going to cost me. But we'll see. I'll usually, for a shot like this, play towards 9 rings, which is a little bit more of an overplay, but it kind of keeps in mind the fact that we're going to have left to right momentum, so it's going to help that ball just kind of overplay and hopefully much more towards the middle of the fairway. You can see I was just able to get to the second fairway anyway, so hopefully the ball choice there doesn't end up costing me. But a little disappointing to see that for some reason the game's just not responding too well. But I can see we're rolling here with right around 60 members. I want to thank everybody for showing up, and of course everybody that donated. I'm going to finish this stream after this hole. If you guys are not aware, we're going to pick up streaming again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Sunday afternoon. So, UK time or wherever, it's going to be a little bit later in the evening. But you guys are all more than welcome to come back for part 2. And hopefully we can get the donations up and keep the ball rolling on this charity event. And get the donations as high as we can and give our best effort to... Here, Jeff Shepard just posted, we have almost $900. So with $900, every little bit helps. So even if you guys can only, give a couple bucks, that's okay. Feel free to do so. And if you guys want to hold off tomorrow, we'll be back and, flashing the URLs again and hopefully getting the, the chat up just like today. And hopefully we can have the same turnouts and hopefully even better. Let's strive for, at this point, maybe 2,000, 2,500. That'd be an awesome donation to, send to the volcanic relief victims in Hawaii who, have temporary housing or, lost property damage and, some people, they don't have anywhere to be right now. So every little dollar that we can send is definitely going to help and go towards the good cause. So if you guys have the opportunity to do so, please donate. And, thank you everybody who has already. Really appreciate the donations. So let's see if I can't get this Firefly here. 2.1 per ring. Here's max club. We're going to be setting up a little bit more towards mid club. Sometimes I'll set it up on mid club intentionally, which it looks like about here, and you'll usually see me play that. So keep it in mind that this will kind of be maybe 4.4 per ring on a Firefly. But I know that I'm going to have to do a little bit of an overplay because of the side wind nature. So since it's side wind, if you don't overplay your wind, and you can see kind of what it looks like, then it's not going to be enough. So what you'll see me do intentionally is I'll do an overplay in hopes that it's enough. And here you are seeing that it just catches the edge of the cup, and I was able to still get it with a Firefly. So, you know, nothing that I typically usually play with, but as you can see, you're still able to make the shot. So, you know, this just kind of proves to you guys 100% that it's not about necessarily, you know, the clubs that you guys have. You can, for the most part, hold out with anything. And that's why I set up the videos the way that I do, and I talk about, you know, max adjustments or half adjustments. This is the reason that I use this lingo, because it doesn't matter if I switch to Firefly. It doesn't matter if I have Endbringer. It doesn't matter if I have Rapier. None of this stuff matters. It's all about the wordage that I use, and if you can come up with that similar adjustment, no matter what your club is, you can still, you know, make the necessary adjustments. But anyway, you know, I want to thank everybody who did come out for this stream. You know, it was a very successful turnout so far. We're halfway there, and hopefully tomorrow is just equally as successful. So thank you everybody for coming out, and good night all, and hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Good luck, guys. See ya.